Good morning and hello, everybody. It's wonderful to be back. Hopefully, you guys are doing great. I look forward to reading this book with you today. The book is entitled Awareness: The Perils and Opportunities of Reality by Anthony De Mello. It's a really wonderful book, and hope you guys can just sit back and relax and enjoy. This book is not really made up by chapters, it's a dialogue that Mr. De Mello had at different conferences and meetings. So when you hear me refer to chapters, it's actually just the titles of the part of the talk that he's in. So without further ado, let's begin. Chapter 1, on waking up. Spirituality means waking up. Most people, even though they don't know it, are asleep. They're born asleep. They live asleep. They marry in their sleep. They breed children in their sleep. They die in their sleep without ever waking up. They never understand the loveliness and the beauty of this thing that we call human existence. You know, all mystics, Catholic, Christian, non-Christian, no matter what their theology, no matter what their religion, are unanimous on one thing: that all is well, all is well. Though everything is a mess, all is well. Strange paradox, to be sure. But tragically, most people never get to see that all is well because they are asleep. They are having a nightmare. Last year on Spanish television, I heard a story about this gentleman who knocks on his son's door. "Jamie," he says, "wake up." Jamie answers, "I don't want to get up, Papa." The father shouts, "Get up, you have to go to school." Jamie says, "I don't want to go to school." "Why not?" asks the father. "3 reasons," says Jamie. "First, because it's so dull. Second, the kids tease me. And third, I hate school." And the father says, "Well, I'm going to give you 3 reasons why you must go to school. First, because it is your duty. Second, because you are 45 years old. And third, because you are the headmaster. Wake up, wake up. You've grown up. You're too big to be asleep. Wake up. Stop playing with your toys." Most people tell you they want to get out of kindergarten, but don't believe them. Don't believe them. All they want you to do is to mend their broken toys. Give me back my wife. Give me back my job. Give me back my money. Give me back my reputation, my success. This is what they want. They want their toys to be replaced. That's all. Even the best psychologists will tell you that people don't really want to be cured. What they want is relief. A cure is painful. Waking up is unpleasant, you know. You are nice and comfortable in bed. It's irritating to be woken up. That's the reason the wise guru will not attempt to wake people up. I hope I'm going to be wise here and make no attempt whatsoever to wake you up if you are asleep. It is really none of my business. Even though I say to you at times, wake up, my business is to do my thing, my dance. If you profit from it, fine. If you don't, too bad. As the Arabs say, the nature of rain is the same, but it makes thorns grow in the marshes and flowers in the garden. Chapter 2. Will I be of help to you in this retreat? Do you think I'm going to help anybody? No. Oh, no, 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 no. Don't expect me to be of help to anyone, nor do I expect to damage anyone. If you are damaged, you did it. And if you are helped, you did it. You really did. You think people help you? They don't. You think people support you? They don't. There was a woman in a therapy group I was conducting once. She was a religious sister. She said to me, "I don't feel supported by my superior." So I said, "What do you mean by that?" She said, "Well, my superior, the provincial superior, never shows up at the novitiate where I am in charge. Never. She never says a word of appreciation." I said to her, "All right, let's do a little role playing. Pretend I know your provincial superior. In fact, pretend I know exactly what she's thinking about you. So I say to you, acting the part of the provincial superior, 'You know, Mary, the reason I don't come to that place you're in is because it is the one place in the province that is trouble-free. No problems. I know you're in charge, so all is well. How do you feel now?' She said, 'I feel great.' Then I said to her, 'All right, would you mind leaving the room for a minute or two? This is a part of the exercise.' So she did. While she was away, I said to the others in the therapy group, 'Okay, I am still the provincial superior, okay? Mary out there is the worst novice director I've ever had in the whole history of the province. In fact, the reason I don't go to the novitiate is because I can't bear to see what she is up to. It's simply awful. But if I tell you the truth, it's only to make the novices suffer all the more. We are getting somebody to take our place in a year or two. We are training someone. In the meantime, I thought I would say those nice things to keep her going. What do you think of that? He answered, well, it was really the only thing you could do under the circumstances. Then I brought Mary back into the group and asked her if she felt great. Oh, yes, she said. Poor Mary. She thought she was being supported when she wasn't. The point is that most of what we feel and think we conjure up for ourselves in our heads, including the business of being helped by people. Do you think you help people because you are in love with them? Well, I've got news for you. You are never in love with anyone. You are only in love with your prejudiced and hopeful idea of that person. Take a minute to think about that. You are never in love with anyone. You're in love with your prejudiced idea of that person. Isn't that how you fall out of love? Your idea changes, doesn't it? How could you let me down when I trusted you so much? You say to someone. Did you really trust them? You never trusted anyone. Come off it. That's part of society's brainwashing. You never trust anyone. You only trust your judgment about that person. So what are you complaining about? The fact is that you don't like to say, my judgment was lousy. That's not very flattering to you, is it? So you prefer to say, how could you have let me down? So there it is. People don't really want to grow up. People don't really want to change. People don't really want to be happy. As someone so wisely said to me, don't try to make them happy, you only get in trouble. Don't try to teach a pig to sing, it wastes your time and it irritates the pig. Like the businessman who goes into a bar, sits down and sees this fellow with a banana in his ear. A banana in his ear, he thinks. I wonder if I should mention that to him. No, it's none of my business. But the thought nags at him. So after having a drink or two, he says to the fellow, excuse me, you got a banana in your ear. The fellow says, what? The businessman repeats, you've got a banana in your ear. Again, the fellow says, what was that? You've got a banana in your ear, the businessman shouts. Talk louder, the fellow says. I've got a banana in my ear. So it's useless. Give up, give up, give up. I say to myself, say your thing and get out of here. And if they profit, that's fine. And if they don't, too bad. Chapter 3. On the Proper Kind of Selfishness. The first thing I want you to understand, if you really want to wake up, is that you don't want to wake up. The first step to waking up is to be honest enough to admit to yourself that you don't like it. You don't want to be happy. Want a little test? Let's try it. It will take you exactly 1 minute. You could close your eyes while you're doing it, or you could keep them open. It doesn't really matter. Think of someone you love very, very much. Someone you're close to. Someone who is precious to you. And say to that person in your mind, I'd rather have happiness than have you. See what happens? I'd rather be happy than have you if I had a choice. No question about it. I choose happiness. How many of you felt selfish when you said this? Many, it seems. See how we've been brainwashed? See how we've been brainwashed into thinking, how could I be so selfish? But look who's being selfish. Imagine somebody saying to you, how could you be so selfish that you choose happiness over me? Would you not feel like responding? Pardon me, but how could you be so selfish that you would demand I choose you above my own happiness? A woman once told me that when she was a child, her Jesuit cousin gave her a treat in the Jesuit church in Milwaukee. He opened each conference with the words, the test of love is sacrifice, and the gauge of love is unselfishness. That's marvelous, I asked her. Would you want me to love you at the cost of my happiness? Yes, she answered. Isn't that delightful? Wouldn't that be wonderful? She would love me at the cost of her happiness, and I would love her at the cost of my happiness. So you've got two unhappy people, but long live love. Chapter 4. On wanting happiness. I was saying that we don't want to be happy. We want other things. Well, let's put it more accurately. We don't want to be unconditionally happy. I'm ready to be happy provided I have this and that and the other thing. But this is really to say to our friend or to our God or to anyone, you are my happiness. If I don't get you, I refuse to be happy. It's so important to understand that. We cannot imagine being happy without these conditions. That's pretty accurate. We cannot conceive of being happy without them. We've been taught to place our happiness in them. So that's the first thing we need to do if you want to come awake, which is the same thing as saying, if we want to love, if we want freedom, if we want joy and peace and spirituality, in that sense, spirituality is the most practical thing in the whole wide world. I challenge anyone to think of anything more practical than spirituality, as I have defined it. Not piety, not devotion, not religion, not worship, but spirituality. Waking up. Waking up. Look at the heartache everywhere. Look at the loneliness. Look at the fear, the confusion, the conflict in the hearts of people. Inner conflict, outer conflict. Suppose somebody gave you a way to getting rid of all of that. Suppose somebody gave you a way to stop that tremendous drainage of energy, of health, of emotion that comes from these conflicts and confusion. Would you want that? Suppose somebody showed us a way whereby we would truly love one another and be at peace, be at love. Can you think of anything more practical than that? But instead, you have people thinking that big business is more practical, that politics is more practical, that science is more practical. What's the earthly use of putting a man on the moon when we cannot live on the earth? That's going to conclude today's readings. I just want to get a little time in, get back in the flow. I'll be posting more in the next couple of days. If you have any comments, I would love to see them down below. Please make sure you share this with some friends, like it, and subscribe. It really does mean the world. I'm going to put a link to the book from my Amazon affiliate links. If you decide to order the book, please go ahead and click that link. That really helps out the channel. I really appreciate you folks, and I just hope you have a wonderful and amazing day. Thank you. Take care now.